Conversations on Twitter as well at Smart24TV, and as well on Facebook at Smart24TV Official. Now, today I'm here with a very special lady from SBG Securities, very, vibrant securities, broker. So we are talking SBG and what they're doing on the stock market. Miss Jovia, you're most welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. How is life at SBG?
Life is good at SBG. Yes.
Yeah, we know from the last time we were here, very many people were still inquisitive on, what SBG does and maybe what, your agenda is. Can you take us through what SBG is and some of the objectives you have?
Thank you so much. SBG is a licensed brokerage firm, and we are a subsidiary of Stanbic Holdings, Uganda. We, as SBG, we help clients buy or sell shares, not only here, because we are attached to Standard Bank Group, so we have access to regional markets. So we help clients access markets not only here locally, but regionally. Yes. So at SBG, if you're there watching us, we can help you buy, sell your shares. We also have a new product that we are launching very soon, and that is a collective investment scheme.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm looking forward to that one because I think it's the only spice missing in the soup to, put you up there on all the platforms in terms of, the financial markets in Uganda, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then as well, your app, I don't know how far you have gone in, that people will be able to access, all information concerning their shares on the app. How far with that?
The app also will be launched very soon. In fact, it might be made this month or by end of month, but the app is coming out very soon. We'll communicate when it's out. Everyone will come to know about it because it's going to be something so big for SBG, not only SBG but the market at large. Yes.
Let's talk about, before we go to our securities and stuff. Stanbic is it's under Stanbic Holdings as SBG, but also Stanbic Bank Uganda, right?
Yes.
Stanbic Bank Uganda is going to have its annual general meeting, if I understand, tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, on second.
No, Thursday, right?
Yeah, Thursday.
What does this mean for Stanbic Group as a group?
Okay, what it means for our group, the bank being a listed company, and as a listed company, it's a requirement by the regulator for companies to do it, to hold out annual general meetings. So it's something big for a group because it gives us, or it gives the bank a chance to meet the shareholders, because shareholders are there, they don't know who the directors are, so it gives Stanbic to explain to the shareholders the performance of the company, and then also give the shareholders an opportunity to vote for the directors of the company they invested in. So it's something big for the bank. Yes.
Do you think Stanbic has done well in the first? I know the results will be issued soon, but do you think it has performed well to the expectations of probably the shareholders?
Yes, it has. Stanbic has always been number one, and we've been performing well, and still 2021 was a good year for the bank. So shareholders out there, stay put and know that the bank that you invested in, it's a profit-making bank. Yes.
And yes, we have had an issue with the shares. The central bank recently put a withhold on all banks that are listed not to issue dividends. What has this meant for Stanbic Bank and its shareholders?
For the shareholders, definitely, they haven't been happy because, when you invest in a company, like any investor, if you invest your money, you expect a return and you expect to benefit from the investment you've made. So our shareholders, they are not happy because since 2021, since COVID hit, they haven't received dividends. Not that the bank is not performing well, the bank is really doing well and making profits, but they have to follow the regulator. If the regulator says to not do this, they have to abide. So for the shareholders, definitely they're not happy, but as the bank, they also want to give the share, because that money is always allocated, only that they haven't yet paid it yet, but when they give them go ahead, the shareholders will receive the money.
Oh, so all the dividends accrued over the last 2 years, they will be issued as long as Bank of Uganda releases them?
Yes.
Also, no loss for the shareholders?
No loss for them. They might not have gotten it now, but they will. Yes.
Let's talk about brokerage. When someone hears the word brokerage, they look at, okay, now this is from an ideal person, Ugandan, broker. They know this person, these guys, they always play with money, you give them money, they get you something, and sometimes people are so worried, to start working with anyone called a broker.
True.
Now, why should someone really consider SBG as their brokerage, firm in the first place?
Okay.
Because there are quite many on the market. But why SBG in particular as a brokerage firm?
SBG, number one, we are regulated. So an investor who is out there, you know that you're going to deal with a regulated firm. And then number two is that SBG, we have coverage not only here, but within the region and internationally or globally because of the partnerships that we have. Yes. So a client who may be here, you've been wanting to trade, let me say, regionally or globally, but you're not able to. So when you come at SBG, you will be able to. And to mention the most important thing you mentioned about the app, when the app does come, SBG is going to be the first brokerage firm to do hold a trading app, whereby client won't need to walk to us. You just sit at the comfort of your home, just get your phone and then you trade. And not only trade in equities, but unit trust, fixed income. So there's variety that you can get at SBG. Yes, so that's why an investor who is watching us needs to consider SBG as the only or the biggest brokerage firm in Uganda.
In Uganda, we've had the challenge of investment being overtaken by foreign investors. I don't know how you have seen this at SBG, but when you look at companies that are listed, for example, with the highest turnover, Stanbic Bank, most investors that are taking a lion's share are foreign. Are foreign investors, and they, of course, yes, it's good they're bringing the capital, to the companies, and they're helping the companies, but then that affects when it comes to the dividend or the paying out, then this money goes out of the country. As SBG, what have you done to enable local investment to see that our local people here can get interested in investing in our companies?
That's a very good question. It's very true. Our market is dominated by foreign investors. But as SBG, what we are trying to do, we believe, first of all, we need to ask ourselves, why aren't Ugandans investing? It's because they don't have the knowledge, they don't know about these products. So as SBG, we are trying our level best to reach the masses. So we are sensitizing them so that they come on board. Like they say, knowledge is power. When you have the knowledge, you will use it. So when they get to know about our products or about capital markets, they will come on board. Because if you don't have knowledge about anything, trust me, you will not take part. But with a sensitization that is taking place, SBG is partnering with CMA, and then also as SBG, we are reaching out to people to sensitize them so that they can come on board. They have knowledge about the capital markets and the products. And when we do that, we believe so many Ugandans are going to come on board, and we've been seeing results through the masses, like what Smart TV you're doing right now. I believe there's someone who is watching us for the very first time. They didn't have knowledge about capital markets, so they're going to know. So this helps them to come on board.
As well, like you said, someone is watching us for the very first time. Why should someone consider, investment in capital markets rather than other things that are popular in Uganda, like agriculture, like property, and all these other things? People, of course, want to see their money. That I bought a piece of land; it is there. I can see it. But now, why do you think someone should change now from this mindset of property and agriculture and buying poultry and stuff, and now invest in securities? Why do you think it's important?
Number one, when you invest in securities, first of all, you're doing passive investment. So that means, I believe, like you said, you can continue with your agriculture, continue with your business, continue with your employment. You're there busy doing your work. So with capital markets, it gives you an opportunity to trade passively or to invest passively without you being there actively. So in such a way, it helps you run your other activities while you're making money this side. And the bit is that the returns in the capital markets are good.
Yes.
And returns can be realized immediately, especially if a person does the collective investment schemes. Because here, your money earns you interest on a daily basis. How many businesses do we have that you can start there and then it starts earning you on a daily? So when you bring your money in the capital markets, there is a collective investment scheme that earns you interest on a daily. So you be here or you be there working, but you know your money is earning you interest on a daily. Let me say you said real estate. If one is to start real estate, number one, you need to get land. You have to clear that land, buy material, get the builders, like the process is long. By the time you get to realize your return, a person who has put money in a collective investment scheme would have been by far. For you, the time you will get, even the energies, the stress that comes with it, it has so many challenges. You also mentioned agriculture. It's affected by weather. Pests are there, so you're affected. You're always losing and losing. But collective investment schemes, it's a safe investment because you know you're not going to lose your money. And your money is run by professionals who know the market, who know which fund to put your money. So you be rest assured, knowing I'm here doing my other things, but my money is making money for me there with no stress at all. So capital market is the way to go.
Yes. Of course, now the question could be, which people are valid or the viable people that can invest? Which ages? Which do they have to be professionals? Can they be any other person or individual? Which people can actually get started with investing in capital markets?
Well, that's a very good question. Individuals, as long as you're 18 and above, you can open up an individual account. Then parents can open up and transfer accounts for their kids. Couples can open up accounts jointly. Institutions can come and trade. Investment clubs, circles, all those can come on board and invest. Yes. So it's not entitled to only individuals. No, as long as you're a circle, you're an institution. Let me say you're an institution. There you have liquid cash. You don't know where to put it. We say bring it and we invest it so that you receive a return. Yeah, you receive interest at the end of it, especially if you put in the money markets.
Now, we also have people who are maybe not 18 years and they have their savings they want to invest. Are they allowed by law to invest with securities?
If you have a national ID, but most probably it would be 18 and above. So you have to open up an transfer account. Yes, until they turn 18, that's when they can fully own.
Now I want to get started. How much do I have to have?
The minimum is very affordable. It's only 100,000. I know the viewers out there, they're like, wow, when you talk about investments, equities, collective investment scheme, that's not meant for us. It's for the rich. But no. As long as you can earn 100,000 and above, you can start investing. Because the minimum in equities is only 100,000. And also when it comes to the collective investment schemes, minimum is 100, but top-ups can be 50,000. So anyone, as long as you can afford that, you can become an investor.
Then if I have invested 100,000 in this month, when do you expect me to reimburse that amount? Is it every month? Is it every day? And with how much?
I know it depends. You can reimburse anytime, whenever you get. Because remember, the more you put in, the higher the returns. Like in any investment, the more you put in, the higher the returns. And we don't even encourage you or recommend you to put in 100 and leave it at that. No, because you need your money to grow. So you need to build your portfolio, grow your portfolio over time. You may not have a lump sum to put it there once. So we tell you start with this. So whenever you get, you can do top-ups anytime. Yes.
And the top-ups, do I have to move to your offices?
No, you don't. There are agents everywhere. You can use an agent, and at SBG, you can use the Flexi. You can pay using FlexiPay, as long as we can just send you our code, and then you pay using the FlexiPay. And when the app comes on board, as long as you have mobile money on your phone, you can either transfer to our FlexiPay account or transfer from your account to our account. So you don't even need to go to the bank or work to our office. Yes.
Now, what do you use this money for? Let's look at now the Ugandan. You know, Ugandans are very inquisitive. They'll say, yes, I'm giving you my money. What are you using it for that I will get returns? And how safe is my money in the hands of SBG Securities?
Your money is very safe. So it depends on which product you're talking about. If you've come in equities, definitely we'll use that money to buy for you equities in one of the listed companies.
Just one?
No, not one. Because with 100,000, you can buy like 3 companies. Because let me give an example. Right now, Stanbic is trading at 20 shillings. So to buy 100 shares in Stanbic, you only need 2,000. 2,000. UCL is trading at 19. NIC is trading at 6. So with 100,000, you can even get 4 companies with that money. So so when you come and you want to buy equities, we'll use that money to buy you some of the listed companies. And if you come in unit trust, we use it to either invest in bonds or
treasury bills
or equities as well. Yeah.
So when I come to you, you give me the options. Choose my discretion, or you give me some advice and be like, you know what, with this money, don't put your money in equities. Or it is up to me. It is all up to me. I'm like, you know what? This is where I want my money to go.
No, we always advise. We always advise you, give you the different options, and then the final decision has to come from the client. But we always advise you first. Yes. So we give investment advice to clients.
To the clients before they act. Wow, that is very, very, very good. Now, if at all I want to get started and I have 100,000 with me already, take me through the step-by-step processes I have to follow.
Okay, it's so easy. So if you have your 100,000 and you want to get started, there's only one thing you need to do to open up an investment account or shares account. We call it SCD account, which is Security Depository Account. This account is free of charge. So the only requirements are a passport photo 1 and a copy of your ID, national ID preferably. For Ugandans, foreigners, you can use a passport. Refugees, they can use the refugees can use the refugees card. Yeah, so when you bring those requirements, open up for your account, and then you can start trading. So when it comes to the collective investment scheme, we only need a copy of your national ID, and then you'll fill in the forms with your details, and then the money to start investing, and that is it. It's as easy as that. Mr.
Muima just told us here that you can use your phone. I don't know if that option is there for SBG as well. He says if you have MTN and stuff, you can use your phone.
Yeah, you can use like the way people did during the IPO. You dial *165, then follow the prompts, or you can use the USE platform, the Easy Portal. So you go on the Easy Portal on Google. The app is not yet there, so you go on Google and type USE Easy Portal. So you go to create account. So you can create your account either using the USSD code or the Easy Portal platform. And when SBG comes, you'll be using the SBG app as well. Yes.
Okay. Now, the people also want to know how liquid their investments are. As for example, I've been investing with SBG, for example, for a year, putting 100,000, and maybe more monies. But now I have an emergency. I have a sick patient. Maybe I fall sick myself. Can I transfer this money back into cash as quickly as possible?
Yes, our market is liquid. When it comes to the collective investment scheme, the shortest period, especially if you do the money markets, which is a short-term investment, the shortest period is a month. So after a month, you can redeem and get your money back. When it comes to equities, it depends on the forces of demand and supply. If there is demand for that stock, you come in today, within a few seconds, the shares will be sold. But there are some counters that are not liquid when there is no demand. If there is no demand, it might take days, a week, or even months, depending. Yes, but the market is liquid.
It depends on the demand when it comes to the equity market.
Yes.
Okay, the equity market looks to be a little bit riskier. I don't know how you advise your people, the investors, But don't you think for someone to involve themselves in the equity market, they should be long-term investors?
Very true. We do tell our clients, if you want to invest in equities, come as a long-term investor. Because when you come in short-term, you may be bad. Because remember, prices go up and down. So you may come in a short-term investor, and then you want to sell when the price has dropped.
Yeah.
So you will be getting less, and in most cases, that's not a good investment, because you want whoever has invested, they make a profit. So come in as a long-term investor. If anything happens in the short term, well and good, you can sell, but come as a long-term investor. That's where you earn one, you won't be disappointed.
You know, let's say I've invested in a company, like just giving a random example, Stanbic, and today the share price is 20.
Yeah,
maybe something happens magically and it goes to maybe, what can I say, maybe 10,000, just we are imagining. So I believe that is something that's going to make me a huge profit if at all I'm trading on the equity market. Is there a way you give me feedback that, hey, we invested your money in this company and the prices have gone up and today we have traded this amount, or you actually keep quiet and just wait for me to come and give you a call? I'm like, hey guys, have you seen the market? Do I even have to mind what's happening on the market, you know?
I know you need to mind, but we do communicate to our clients. We send daily reports on a daily with what's happening.
Okay. Daily
so
reports.
you receive reports on a daily basis, so you know whatever is happening in the market. And actually, when we do launch our app, you will be receiving notifications as well on your phone. When there's an increment, you receive a notification like the price has increased by this. Yes, would you like to sell? When it drops, so you will be receiving notifications. But we do communicate to our clients. We send daily reports on a daily basis, so clients are updated. Yeah.
So is it my worry to look at the stocks actually, or it's your job to look out for the stocks and see what's working, what's not working, if I've invested in the stock market?
No, if you've invested, definitely Banganda, how they say, awali omutima gwo, esente zo weziri awali omutima gwo. Yeah, you may not have been following the market, but trust me, if you start investing, you will follow. You will follow the market. In fact, let me give an example. Before I joined the stock market, I never used to bother about, after the news, they always put business news, so they put the stock market. I'll just keep that. But right now, I rather miss the news, but then watch that, because that's where I've invested, that's where my interest is. So trust me, if you invest, we don't even need to push you that follow. You will follow, but it's also good for you to know like what's happening in the market. So much as we give you the information, but it's also good you be up to date and follow like what's happening in the market.
So the only way to gain from the equity market is for me invest my money, keep quiet, like they're saying nowadays, and wait for the market to work in my favor.
Yeah, very true. But that's when you'll earn one. We call it a capital gain. So you buy, you study the market. When the price drops, you buy. When it goes up, you sell, because that's where you earn. Those are other benefits like dividends. Because remember, when you buy equities, you also own that company. So as long as they posted a profit, you will benefit. They will pay you dividends. So the other ways of benefiting, but the most common one where you earn more are the capital gains. You buy low and then sell at a higher price.
Do you have? You say you have offers outside Uganda. Do you have international stocks like the Nasdaq, those indexes, S&P 500? Or you're limited to the continent?
To the continent, but when the app comes, we will have all that.
Oh, okay. So we should wait for the app.
Please look out for the app. It's going to be a big one, like I say, not only for the SPG, but for the whole market. Not only here in Uganda, but all over. Okay.
I hope you invite me then, and we see how this is going to run. And, we inform the public, first hand.
We will communicate.
Wow, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Miss Bosa Jovia from SBG Securities, who are our very good friends here on the show because of what they do, promoting stock market trading in the country through their brokerage, services. So, Miss Jovia, as we part, your parting shots.
Thank you so much, viewers, for always keeping on Smart 24. Like I've said, no action changes things. So you've heard this. What action are you going to take? Are you going to sit there and not take action? Your life will not change. So stop worrying and where to put your money. Please take action and act now. Come and invest for you.
Wow, thank you. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was us here at Financial Markets. We will return tomorrow, same time, same place at 10 a.m. with me, Anthony Sabali, your host. Next is the news on Smart 24 as we drive your business. Have a blessed day.